touched it, flames burst from her hands, and she screamed and rose into the air. Wings of light sprouted from her shoulders, illuminating the night. Villagers peeked from their doors in fear. "You're the weak one, Nectarus. Jealousy broke you." She flew at Nectarus, dodging ice spears. Kai distracted Nectarus with a sandstorm, giving Sierra an opening. She's the sun's daughter, destined to fight the Queen of Darkness to save her land's light. The New Mexico desert was bathed in hazy light. Nights were growing colder and longer, as if some force was stealing the sun. Sierra Clau, a 25-year-old Navajo artist, was sketching a bird in the sand at the edge of her village. Her mother had vanished in a fire 10 years ago, and Sierra poured her grief into the sand. One night, the sky turned red. A sandstorm erupted, scattering her drawing. Sierra fell, and a golden glint caught her eye near her feet. She brushed away the sand and found a locket, its center glowing with the sun symbol like a tiny star trapped inside. When she touched it, flames burst from her hands, and she screamed and rose into the air. Wings of light sprouted from her shoulders, illuminating the night. Villagers peeked from their doors in fear. Sierra's wings flared wildly, and she crashed to the ground. Her grandmother, Ellen, a 70-year-old elder, approached. "This is the sun's heart, Sierra. You're its daughter." Sierra clutched the locket. "Why me?" Ellen said. "Your mother wanted you to have it. It was crafted by Nasi Sohano, the sun god, to keep the desert bright. Your mother guarded it, but her sister Nectarus envied her. Nectarus craved the sun's love, and when it rejected her, she chose cold and darkness. She killed your mother and tried to steal the sun. Now you have the locket because you can save it." Sierra asked. "Why stop Nectarus?" Ellen's voice deepened. "She wants to swallow the sun. If she wins, the desert will freeze and our land will die. You must kill her, because her jealousy has made her a destroyer." Suddenly, a giant rose from the sand, its eyes glowing red. Sierra blasted it with flames and it dissolved. Ellen grabbed her hand. "Nectarus is awake. We need to prepare." Sierra ran to her adobe home. Ellen sang a Navajo song and explained more about the locket. "The sun's heart was your mother's trust. She protected it from Nectarus, but Nectarus killed her with ice. You got the locket because you're the last guardian of the sun's light. Nectarus' jealousy turned her into the Queen of Darkness. She wants to steal the sun and enslave the desert. Stop her or we'll all die." Sierra touched the locket. "I'm not ready." Ellen held her hand. "Your mother was scared too, but she fought. You're her daughter." A scream pierced the silence. Frost eagles burst through the windows, their wings glinting like moonlight. The room froze. Sierra raised a wall of flames, but the eagles passed through. A motorcycle crashed through the wall. The rider, Kai Torn, a 28-year-old guy, shouted, "Run!" He threw a rope of sand that bound the eagles. Sierra, Ellen, and Kai fled into the desert. The eagles chased. Sierra tried flying with her wings but stumbled. Kai caught her. "Needs practice." He grinned. They hid in a cave and the eagles vanished. Sierra asked Kai, "Who are you?" He shrugged. "A wanderer." Ellen said, "We need to reach Moon Valley. Nectarus is there." They reached a temple of sand in the desert's heart, its pillars glowing under the sun. Sahi, a 35-year-old sorcerer, stood at the gate, his cloak flowing like sand. "The sun's heart is your power, Sierra." He led her to a golden pool. The locket flared, and Sierra learned she could wield flames, fly with wings of light, and turn sand to glass with heat. She conjured a flame that danced in the air. "This is mine!" Sahi nodded. "It's your birthright." Frost eagles attacked the temple. Pillars shook. Sierra melted them with a wave of heat, but one slashed her arm. Kai downed an eagle with a sand rope. Sahi raised a sand shield. Ellen prayed but weakened. Sierra asked Kai, "How do you keep saving us?" He smirked. "Luck." Sahi said, "Nectarus' temple is in Moon Valley." They arrived in Santa Rita, where people feared the sun's fading. Sierra bandaged her arm. Kai sat beside her. Nectarus was jealous of the sun. Now she wants it gone. Sierra touched the locket. "This is all my fault." Ellen spoke with a local woman. "This cold isn't normal." She looked at Sierra. "You're their hope." At night, icy shadows appeared. Monsters of darkness with ice daggers. Homes froze. Sierra flew, blasting shadows with flames, but she tired. Sahi summoned a sand eagle to fight them. Kai saved people, but a shadow grabbed him. Sierra unleashed a heat wave, destroying the shadows, but half the town's homes turned to sand. Sierra slumped. I ruined everything, Ellen said. You saved lives, Kai smiled. Own your fire. Sierra, Kai, Ellen, and Sahi trekked toward Moon Valley, where Nectress's lair was hidden. The desert sun dimmed, casting long shadows as dusk fell. Sahi warned, Nectress's power grows stronger at night. She'll send her forces to stop us. Sierra clutched the sun's heart locket, its warmth steadying her. At the Duskfall Canyon, frost eagles swooped from the sky, their icy talons glinting. Sierra conjured a wall of flames, but the eagles were faster, diving through her fire. Kai lassoed one with a sand rope, shouting, They're decoys! Sahi's eyes narrowed. Nectress is testing us! A massive ice serpent rose from the sand, its scales reflecting moonlight. Sierra's wings of light flared and she flew at it, blasting heat that turned its head to glass. The serpent shattered, but more eagles attacked. Ellen sang a Navajo protection chant, weakening the eagles. Sahi raised a sandstorm to shield them, but Sierra noticed a figure in the distance, Nectress, watching from a dune, her eyes glowing like cold stars. Sierra flew toward her, flames trailing, but Nectress vanished in a swirl of frost. The eagles retreated. Sierra landed breathless. She's toying with us. Kai grabbed her arm. She wants you angry. Don't fall for it. Ellen said, Nectress knows you're close. Moon Valley is near. Sahi pointed to a faint glow on the horizon. Her temple lies there. We must move before she strikes again. The group pressed on, determined but wary, knowing Nectress was luring them into a trap. The group crossed the icy sands of Moon Valley, where the air grew colder and the sun barely shone. Sierra's locket pulsed faintly as if struggling against Nectress's darkness. Ellen's strength was fading. She leaned on Kai, her breaths shallow. Stay strong, Sierra, she whispered. Your mother believed in you. At camp, Sahi scouted ahead, returning with a warning. Nectress has spies, desert spirits bound to her will. They're sowing doubt among us. Sierra noticed Kai acting distant, his usual grin gone. Later, under the stars, she overheard him muttering, I can't keep lying. Her heart sank. Was Kai hiding something? She confronted him privately. What's going on, Kai? He hesitated, then admitted. Nectress spoke to me in a dream. She offered me power to protect the desert if I gave her the locket. I said no, but she's still in my head. Sierra gripped the locket. Why didn't you tell us? Kai looked away. I thought I could handle it. Sahi overheard and joined them. Nectress twists minds. She tried it with your mother too. Sierra asked, can we trust Kai? Sahi nodded. He resisted her. That's enough. Ellen, overhearing, added, trust is our strength. Nectress wants us divided. Sierra decided to keep Kai close, using his knowledge of Nectress's tactics to prepare for her next move. The group moved toward Nectress's temple, but suspicion lingered, and Sierra wondered if Nectress's whispers had reached others. The group reached Nectress's temple in Moon Valley, a fortress of black ice that pulsed with cold. The locket burned against Sierra's chest, guiding her forward. Ellen, too weak to walk, stayed outside with Sahi's sand shield for protection. End this, Sierra, she said. Inside, Sierra and Kai faced Nectress, who stood on a throne of frost, her silver hair glowing like moonlight. You can't save the sun, she sneered. It rejected me, and now I'll bury it. She summoned shadow beasts, wolves of ice with dagger-like claws. Sierra's flames melted them, but more appeared. Kai bound them with sand ropes, but Nectress's laughter echoed. You're weak like your mother. Sierra's wings flared brighter. She remembered her mother's courage and Ellen's faith. You're the weak one, Nectress. Jealousy broke you. She flew at Nectress, dodging ice spears. Kai distracted Nectress with a sandstorm, giving Sierra an opening. The locket flared, and Sierra unleashed a blast of pure sunlight, striking Nectress's chest. Nectress screamed as her body cracked like glass, dissolving into frost. The temple collapsed. Sierra and Kai escaped, carrying Ellen. Outside, the sun rose warmer than ever. Ellen smiled weakly. You did it. She passed away peacefully, her spirit joining the desert's light. Sierra wept, but the locket's glow comforted her. The desert began to heal. Sierra returned to her village. The locket's magic had faded. She sat in the sand, remembering her mother and grandmother. Kai held her hand. You saved the sun. Sierra drew in the sand, rebuilding the village. She started a festival with Navajo songs. Kai stayed by her side. One night, they drew a star in the sand. A light flickered in the sky. Nectarous spirit, now at peace. The village hailed Sierra as a hero. The desert turned green. She drew a final image, a sun, her family's love. She knew she'd never be alone. So this was the story of Sun Daughters. If you like this story, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel to watch more interesting stories. And yes, if you want to hear a story on any other topic, write the topic in the comments, and we will bring a new story for you.